Alex Mercer's shuttle pierced the thick, swirling atmosphere of Kepler 452b like a shard of cold steel. Outside the cockpit window, the dense jungle below stretched endlessly, a dark and tangled sea of alien green. The sky was an angry bruised purple, clouds roiling with static energy that played tricks on the sensors. The research outpost should have been alive with activity. Instead, the landing pad lay deserted, its faint lights flickering as if gasping for life. No calm chatter, no drone hums, no distant footsteps. Just silence. Alex shut down the engine and slipped out, his boots sinking slightly in the damp soil. The air was heavy with humidity, layered with the metallic tang of unknown minerals. He pulled a compact scanner from his belt and swept the perimeter. Signal strength 0. No biosignatures detected, he muttered, voice low. His pulse rifle clicked into ready mode, the familiar weight reassuring. A few meters ahead, the outpost entrance yawned open, doors hanging crooked, scorch marks smeared across the walls. The telltale signs of a firefight. Alex's jaw tightened. Something had gone very wrong here. He stepped inside. The interior was a mess of shattered consoles, broken glass, and overturned chairs. Flickering emergency lights cast long shadows in the narrow corridors. He paused by a cracked terminal and booted it up. Static. He keyed a command, hacking through encryption layers with practiced ease. Then, a fragment of a message. Assassins, extraction impossible, they're here. The comm link died. Alex exhaled slowly. No backup coming, he said under his breath. His mind raced through possibilities. Alien assassins. A team wiped out without a trace. Official channels dragging their feet. And now him, thrown into the middle of a nightmare with no orders, no support, and no chain of command. He moved deeper into the station, footsteps echoing in the emptiness. At a side room, the door was sealed shut, but the heavy scorch marks suggested an explosion from inside. He hacked the lock and pushed through. The room was a wreck. Research data pads littered the floor, some still flickering with corrupted data streams. In the corner, a blood smear led to a wall where claw-like marks were etched deep into the alloy. Whatever had attacked wasn't just efficient, it was brutal. Looks like they fought to the last breath, Alex murmured. His scanner picked up a faint energy signature coming from outside, too low and erratic to be human. Probably the alien assassins still prowling nearby. He ducked back outside and crouched near the tree line. The jungle loomed dark, unpredictable. Strange bioluminescent plants pulsed faintly, lighting his path in eerie blues and greens. Alex activated his helmet HUD, switching to infrared. Shadows moved, quick, silent flashes darting between trees. He locked his rifle on a figure barely visible against the foliage. It vanished before he could fire. A whisper crackled through his comm unit. Alex, do you copy? This is command. The voice was distant, formal. Report status. He tapped the mic. Outpost is compromised. No survivors. Hostile lifeforms present. No extraction possible. Request immediate reinforcements. Static. No reply. Figures, he muttered. They're keeping me on a leash, but no strings attached. Alex adjusted his pack, knowing full well he couldn't wait for help. It wasn't coming. He found a makeshift campfire site, still warm but abandoned. Nearby, a small datapad blinked with encrypted files. He decrypted one. It was a distress log from the lead scientist, Captain Rena. Her last words were grim. If anyone finds this, alien assassins are not here to negotiate. They erase everything and everyone. We were naive to think they'd let us uncover their secrets. Alex clenched his jaw. A sudden movement caught his eye, a shimmer between the trees, like heat waves distorting the air. He raised his rifle. The assassin was there, tall, slender, its skin a shifting mesh of shadow and light, blending perfectly with the jungle. It moved with predatory grace, weaponless but deadly. Alex fired a warning shot. The creature vanished without a sound. His mind went cold. The legends were true. These weren't just soldiers. They were hunters, ghosts born to kill without trace. He needed a plan. Command, this is Mercer. I'm going off-grid. I'll send data bursts when possible. No more chatter. Static again. Understood, Mercer. Stay alive. Alex cut the comm. Alone on a hostile world, hunted by an enemy no one believed existed, Alex knew this mission was no longer about protocol or politics. It was survival. And the secrets buried beneath Kepler 452b might just be the key to humanity's fate. He pocketed the datapad and disappeared into the jungle's shadows, every step a silent promise. He would find the truth. Or die trying. The jungle pressed in from all sides, thick and suffocating, every step crunching leaves and snapping twigs under Alex Mercer's boots. Nightfall had descended faster than expected, and the bioluminescent glow of strange flora cast eerie patterns on his path. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and something else, something metallic and cold, like danger itself. Alex slowed, lowering his rifle and crouching behind a fallen tree trunk. His breath was steady, trained to be calm even when the body screamed alert. The alien assassins weren't just rumors anymore. He'd seen one, a living shadow, almost invisible against the jungle's chaos. It was no ordinary enemy. They hunted like predators, silent, patient, and ruthless. Got a heartbeat? Alex whispered, activating his pulse scanner. A faint rhythm flickered 20 meters ahead, moving swiftly through the undergrowth. He tightened his grip on the rifle. Then, a whisper through the comm unit. Mercer, do you copy? Command is rerouting your transmission through secure channels. Report status. Alex ignored it. Talking now was pointless. Whoever was listening probably wanted him dead or dead silent. The jungle cracked open suddenly, a twig snapping under weight. Alex dove to the side as a shimmering figure lunged forward, claws extended. Reflexes sharp, he fired a burst of plasma rounds. The alien staggered but vanished instantly into the foliage, like smoke dissolving into air. Heart pounding, Alex scanned the area. You want me to play this game? He muttered. Fine. His visor tracked faint heat signatures. There were at least 3 more out there, circling like wolves. Their camouflage wasn't perfect, too many flickers of unnatural movement. But close enough to kill before he saw them. He backtracked to the outpost remains, using the ruins as cover. The emergency power was nearly dead, and static-filled alarms echoed softly in the distance, a ghost of the chaos that had unfolded days ago. Let's see what you're hiding, Alex whispered, rifling through a destroyed storage locker. He found a compact alien device, unlike anything he'd seen. Sleek, dark, and humming with low energy. He pocketed it quickly. Footsteps. Heavy. Closer. Alex dropped to the ground and melded into the shadows. A figure passed by, a humanoid form, tall and lithe, with skin that shifted colors like oil on water. The assassin's eyes glinted faintly, a predator assessing the environment. Alex watched it disappear into the thick brush, then exhaled. 1 down, 4 to go. He set a small trap with motion sensors and calibrated a pulse grenade nearby. The jungle was a maze, but he knew these hunters relied on silence and surprise. He'd force them to make mistakes. Suddenly, a crackling voice in his ear. Mercer, status update. This is command. Alex sighed. Still alive? But the assassins are hunting me, and their numbers are more than intel suggested. I'm improvising. Understood. Extraction is on hold. Political clearance denied. He gritted his teeth. Figures. A distant roar shattered the night, unnatural and gut-wrenching. Alex froze. The jungle answered with a chorus of shrieks and rustling leaves. He sprinted toward the sound, rifle raised. At the clearing's edge, he found a small campsite, abandoned in haste. Equipment scattered, scorch marks on tents, signs of a violent struggle. Blood stains led toward a jagged rock formation. He followed cautiously, muscles tense. From behind a boulder, a figure emerged, human, gaunt, eyes wild with fear. Mercer, the man rasped. You're real. Alex lowered his rifle slightly. Who are you? Dr. Kellen Reeves. Research team. I escaped. How? The assassins took the rest. They're not just killing, they're erasing. Technology, memories, everything. You have to stop them. Alex scanned the horizon. We're past stop. Now we survive. Reeves looked at him, desperation and hope mingled in his gaze. What's your plan? Stay alive long enough to find their base. Use what they leave behind against them. The doctor swallowed hard. You're insane. Call it stubborn, Alex replied. They moved out together, shadows slipping between towering alien trees. Every rustle could mean death. Every silence screamed threat. Hours passed. Alex's mind worked relentlessly, mapping patrol patterns, predicting movements. The assassins were smart, but predictable in their hunting. Suddenly, a burst of movement, a squad of assassins blocked their path, weapons raised. Alex raised his rifle. Reeves, behind me! The firefight erupted, sharp, brutal. Plasma bolts carved through trunks. Alex fired controlled bursts, targeting weak points revealed by his scanner. One assassin lunged at Reeves. Alex tackled the alien away, sending it crashing to the ground with a heavy blow. Reeves scrambled to his feet, eyes wide. Stay close! Alex barked. They broke through the ambush, racing deeper into the jungle. Breath ragged, Alex whispered. They want to hurt us, drive us into the ruins. Reeves nodded, realization dawning. They're protecting something. Something deadly. Alex's fingers brushed the alien device in his pocket. Whatever it was, it might be the key. As dawn broke, painting the sky in bruised oranges, they reached the edge of a sprawling ruin, ancient stone structures half swallowed by vines, humming faintly with alien energy. Alex looked back at Reeves. This is where we learn the truth. The jungle grew silent. Too silent. Suddenly, the shadow of Vraxel, the assassin leader, emerged from the ruins, a silent promise of the deadly game ahead. Welcome, Mercer. Vraxel's voice was a hiss. To your reckoning. Alex squared his shoulders, pulse steady. This ends now. The ruins sprawled before Alex like a forgotten wound in the planet's flesh, monolithic blocks of stone carved with alien symbols, half buried in vines that pulsed faintly with bioluminescence. The air hummed with an ancient energy, thick and almost tangible, stirring a primal unease deep within him. This was what the research team had died trying to unlock, and what the alien assassins had fought so ruthlessly to protect. Alex glanced at Dr. Kellen Reeves, who was scanning the area nervously. This place, Reeves muttered, is the source of those energy signatures. We never imagined it was this extensive. Alex nodded. Whatever they're guarding, it's not just data. It's power. They slipped through the cracked stone archways, careful to avoid pressure plates and rusted traps that still clicked faintly underfoot. The interior was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, walls inscribed with shifting holographic glyphs that glowed blue and gold, revealing glimpses of a civilization long vanished but far from extinct. In the central chamber, they found the heart of the ruins, a colossal device, alien in design, its surface alive with pulsing lines of energy. It resembled a control console fused with organic material, veins of light tracing intricate patterns like circuits across living stone. Reeves approached it reverently. This is the ecosystem manipulator. It can reshape environments at a planetary scale. Climate, flora, fauna, everything. Alex studied the device, fingers brushing over the cool surface. Weaponizing nature itself. Reeves nodded grimly. If the assassins activate this, entire worlds could be turned to ash, or twisted beyond recognition. Alex's mind raced. This was no mere relic. It was a weapon with the power to control the very fabric of life. And Earth's enemies, whoever they were, could use it against humanity. A low hum echoed through the chamber. Alex spun around as a wall slid open, revealing a hidden passage. Looks like we're not alone, he said, raising his rifle. They moved cautiously down the narrow corridor. Shadows clung to the walls, but the faint glow of alien tech illuminated their path. The passage opened into a vast vault filled with strange artifacts, biological samples suspended in liquid, crystalline structures emitting soft light, and weapons that defied human engineering. Reeves examined a shard of iridescent metal. These materials are beyond our understanding. They're alive, in a way. Alex's gaze fell on a series of holographic displays showing star maps and tactical data. One projection depicted the assassin's home world, a harsh, storm-racked planet guarded by impenetrable defenses. They've been fighting to keep this technology secret for centuries, Alex said quietly. Not just from us, but from their own kind. Reeves frowned. Why send assassins instead of soldiers? This is more than war, it's preservation. Alex's calm crackled suddenly. Mercer, you're running out of time. Command demands status. He ignored it. No, he muttered. I need to understand this first. Footsteps echoed behind them. Alex spun, rifle raised. Vraxel stepped out of the shadows, his shifting form barely visible in the dim light. Curious, aren't you? Vraxel's voice was a whisper of menace. But knowledge has its price. Alex squared his shoulders. I'm here to stop you. Vraxel smiled coldly. Stop us? You're a lone man against an empire. Alex fired, forcing Vraxel back into the darkness. Empires fall. The assassin vanished, leaving a warning in the air. Reeves looked at Alex. This is bigger than we thought. You're not just fighting for survival, you're caught in a war that spans galaxies. Alex tightened his grip on the rifle. Then we better be ready. As they gathered samples and data, the weight of the ruins pressed on them, secrets that could shift the balance of power, and a destiny far beyond the jungle's shadows. The hunt was only beginning. The jungle had a way of swallowing sound, but the whispers of betrayal echoed louder than the howling wind through the alien trees. Alex Mercer moved cautiously through the ruins' outskirts, every sense on high alert. He had hoped that the shadows surrounding him were only those of the alien assassins. But tonight another danger crept closer, one born not of this hostile world, but from the very humans who should have been his allies. Dr. Reeves, Alex said softly, his voice cutting through the thick humid air. We need to talk about the intel you withheld. Reeves hesitated, eyes darting nervously between the flickering foliage. I didn't have a choice. Some of the research was classified, locked behind interstellar bureaucracy and shadow factions that want the alien tech for themselves. Alex's gaze hardened. So Earth's government is playing both sides, while your team paid the price? Not just the government. There's a faction within the command itself. They see the alien technology as leverage, something to be weaponized or sold off. They're willing to sacrifice lives to keep control. Alex clenched his jaw. So, I'm not just hunted by aliens but hunted by my own people? Reeves nodded grimly. You have no chain of command for a reason. They want plausible deniability. Alex's mind raced. The weight of his mission shifted. He was no longer just an operator sent to clean up a mess. He was a pawn trapped between factions, each with their own hidden agenda. A distant flare lit the sky, a signal or a warning. Alex activated his comm unit, whispering, We move! Now! They slipped deeper into the jungle, seeking a vantage point above the ruins. From there, Alex could scan for patrols, both alien and human. As they reached a rocky outcrop, the comm crackled again. Mercer, this is Commander Halvorsen. Stand down and return immediately. Your actions are unauthorized and endangering diplomatic efforts. Alex's lips tightened into a snarl. Commander, with all due respect, the diplomatic efforts are a joke. While you negotiate, people are dying. Orders are orders, Halvorsen replied coldly. Return or be considered rogue. Alex cut the comm and looked at Reeves. They want me dead if I don't comply. Reeves swallowed. Then we have no choice but to work alone. Scanning the ruins below, Alex spotted movement, shadows slipping through the broken walls. Alien assassins, certainly, but also human silhouettes armed with advanced rifles. Double trouble, Alex muttered. They're here to secure the tech and silence witnesses. Reeves's face paled. If they activate the ecosystem manipulator, it could devastate entire systems. We have to stop them. Alex nodded. Then it's time to pick sides or make new ones. They set traps around the perimeter, motion sensors disguised with native foliage, plasma charges rigged to detonate on proximity. The jungle would be their weapon. As night fell, the first human squad entered the ruins, their movements precise and cold. Alex observed quietly, noting their tactics, military trained but lacking the lethal subtlety of the alien assassins. The jungle erupted in violence. Alex and Reeves struck from the shadows, sabotaging equipment and sowing confusion. The humans faltered, but the alien assassins arrived, silent killers amidst the chaos. Gunfire mixed with alien screeches as friend and foe alike fought in the dim light. Alex shouted to Reeves over the din. We're caught in a crossfire. We either end this now or die in the mess. Reeves nodded, determination blazing. Let's finish it. Together, they pushed towards the central chamber, racing against time. The ruins trembled with the rising energy of the manipulator powering up. Vraxel appeared, his shifting form more solid and terrifying in the chaos. You meddle in forces beyond your grasp, Mercer. Alex leveled his rifle. On the reckoning. The final battle was brutal, fire and fury against ancient power. As the jungle screamed around them, alliances shattered and truths burned bright in the darkness. When the dust settled, Alex stood alone amidst the ruins, wounded but unbroken. The ecosystem manipulator was silent, its power contained, for now. But the war was far from over. The only certainty was that in this galaxy, trust was a luxury Alex Mercer could no longer afford. The ruins echoed with a haunting stillness as Alex Mercer crouched behind a crumbling pillar, every muscle coiled like a spring. The jungle's oppressive silence had been replaced by an ominous calm, the kind that settles just before the storm breaks. Ahead, the heart of the alien stronghold pulsed with latent energy, a beacon of power and peril intertwined. Tonight, it would be the battlefield for a war whose stakes transcended any human conflict Alex had ever faced. He glanced at Dr. Kellen Reeves, who was patching up a wound on his forearm with grim determination. You holding up? Alex asked, voice low but steady. Reeves nodded, though fatigue weighed heavily in his eyes. I'm still breathing. That's something. Alex allowed himself a faint, grim smile. We're going to need more than that. From the shadows, a ripple of movement caught Alex's eye. Vraxel emerged, silent, lethal, his form a shifting shadow blending with the dim light. Behind him, the elite cadre of alien assassins materialized, their presence like a dark tide ready to engulf everything. Alex rose, gripping his pulse rifle tightly. This ends here, he said, voice unwavering. Vraxel's eyes glowed with an unearthly light. You've fought well, human. But you cannot stop what was meant to be. Without warning, the air exploded into chaos. Plasma bolts seared through the chamber as Alex and Vraxel clashed, not just in firepower, but in a deadly dance of strategy and instinct. Each shot Alex fired was precise, exploiting weaknesses in the assassin's shifting camouflage. Yet, for every enemy he felled, another seemed to emerge from the ruins' labyrinthine depths. Reeves provided cover fire, his scientific mind surprisingly adept at anticipating the assassin's maneuvers. Alex! Behind you! He shouted just as an assassin lunged, claws extended. Alex twisted, firing a rapid burst that sent the attacker sprawling. The air was thick with tension, every breath measured, every heartbeat a countdown. Amid the fray, Alex's fingers brushed the alien device he had pocketed, the ecosystem manipulator's key. A sudden realization struck him. The device wasn't just a weapon, it was a control mechanism. If he could seize it, perhaps he could turn the tide. Dodging another attack, Alex sprinted toward the central console. Vraxel's voice echoed coldly. You will fail, Mercer. This power belongs to us. Alex's hand found the device's interface, and with a calculated swipe, he initiated an override sequence. The chamber trembled as systems hummed, then faltered. No! Vraxel hissed, advancing. But the tide had shifted. The ruin's energy began to pulse erratically, the ecosystem manipulator reacting unpredictably to the override. Plants burst through cracks, vines twisting and writhing like sentient creatures. The assassin stumbled, caught off guard by the sudden environmental upheaval. Seizing the moment, Alex fired into the advancing enemies, his shots finding vital points. Reeves joined him, launching improvised charges that detonated with precision. Vraxel snarled, retreating into the shadows, but not before locking eyes with Alex. This is not over. As the last assassin fell, the ruins settled into a heavy silence once more. The jungle's natural order seemed to reclaim its space, the alien technology subdued, for now. Alex slumped against the console, exhaustion crashing over him. Reeves approached, a mixture of relief and awe in his expression. You did it, Reeves said quietly. You stopped the weapon. Alex shook his head slowly. We delayed it. The real war is just beginning. The galaxy will hear of this, one way or another. Reeves looked out into the jungle, where the first light of dawn broke through the canopy. What now? Alex's gaze hardened. We make sure no one else wields this power. No more pawns. No more shadows. As they prepared to leave the ruins, Alex allowed himself a rare moment of reflection. Against impossible odds, humanity had fought back. But the path ahead was fraught with peril, and the price of victory was only the beginning. The hunt was over, for now. But the war for humanity's place in the stars had just begun.